What is going on, guys? Weird Dogs here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, me and Charlie got something that so many of you guys have been wondering for too long. Way too long. And me and Charlie are going to be talking about the fallout of XR. We're going to keep it very brief. We're going to keep it short. So make sure you guys subscribe. And Charlie, you got anything to say before we begin?
Three.
Every single time. It's always it's always something random. I swear, every single time. But we also invited Logan onto the channel today to talk about it as well. He's going to be appearing at the end of the video talking about what happened. So, man, XR. Me and Charlie don't talk about it anymore because we've tried our best to forget.
Yeah, we just scrubbed it from our minds at this point.
It's very scrap. But since we are approaching the end of the channel, we decided this would probably be the most appropriate time to talk about it. And there's a story to it. So, XR was our gaming clan that we started in 2020 after me and my brother Lincoln had a fallout. We had a bit of a clash with XR Prince, Quentin, Antonio, and Gage, which you guys know was Man and Bush. We had a fallout with them. We stopped being friends, and we started XR to kind of just make a new group. The original XR consisted of me, Charlie, Lincoln, and Jerome the Dragon, which we do not speak of. And XR did really well for a few years. It did relatively well for a few years. And that was until we decided to make up with Q, Antonio, and Gage, and they joined our group. And
that brought on, like, an entire can of worms. Like,
a
bathtub full of worms.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, you guys are going to see in a minute what we mean. But, so when they joined, when Q, Antonio, and Gage joined, Quentin was going through this very odd phase. It was a very weird phase. Charlie, I can't really describe it. It was like not puberty. I don't think puberty's the word.
Emo?
No, maybe not. I don't know. Comment down below what you guys think, but I don't really know. So Quentin was going through a very odd phase where he was doing some very questionable things, like a gangster vibe, kind of like a gangster vibe.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to say it.
Trying to be cool.
Definitely. No, definitely. But so he was doing all these really weird things, not like bad. They weren't super bad yet, but around this time, Jerome the Dragon was kicked out due to some differences and some disloyalty, and Logan was brought in, which I met him at hockey. Around the time Logan joined, Q started being a poopy face, a very mean poopy face to Logan, and I was not having it. So
yeah, this is a PG channel. But if we weren't PG, we would tell you all our thoughts on that.
Oh my gosh, yes. So yeah, he was a massive poopy face to Logan, and we were not having very fun with it. Well, I personally wasn't. So this led into me and him getting into a massive argument because of the way he was treating Logan, and this led to him getting kicked out for the first time. However, once he was kicked out, Logan did
for the first time.
That was the first time. Oh, keep in mind, this is the first time. When he came back, he kept doing it, and during this time, Antonio was also getting a very bad influence from Quentin, because Antonio and Quentin are brothers. Antonio was getting a very bad influence from Quentin, and this led to both of them getting kicked out again due to their attitudes against us. And when they got kicked out the second time, Charlie and Logan really weren't having it. I was just kind of going along with it, because they were being brought back in, because keep in mind, they are lifetime friends of mine. Well, they were. But Charlie and Logan personally were just not having it at all.
I didn't want it.
Yeah, it was not good. So while that was going on, they were, just keep in mind, around this time we were also making the XR Connected Universe. We don't talk about that either.
We don't talk about that.
We do not talk about that. There's a movie about it on this channel. We don't talk about it. So yeah, around this time we were also trying to make the XCU, the XR Connected Universe, and this was a series of problems. This brought a series of problems because there was just such a massive spacing between the movies. Like, dude, it was crazy. Look at the 7. Yeah, oh my god, it was crazy. Happened all after the Man and Bush movie, and then the XR Connected Universe became like this disconnected, uncoordinated universe that we had no idea what we were doing. It was so difficult to even get Antonio and Quentin on the movies because they were just bailing out last second. And Hugh, of course, with his weird face, doing whatever he was doing to me, Logan, and Charlie. Because around this time, we got into just constant arguments with Quentin and Antonio, and it was really me, Charlie, and Logan that were the main victims of it. So some time passed, and over the course of the time, Antonio got kicked out a total of 5 times.
5.
Quentin got kicked out a total of...
We don't know. In hindsight, we shouldn't have gave him
Oh, no.
4 second chances, but yeah, hindsight is 2020.
And Q, got kicked out a record-breaking 8 times.
8. Yeah.
And we brought him back in. You guys can criticize us all we want. It was completely. This is completely on us. We brought him back in.
We were in like. This is like years ago.
This was well. It's been like a year now since we officially. It's been a while. So
a while.
So after all that happened, the XR universe was discontinued because Q was permanently removed from our group, and the reason why this happened, it's a very dark reason. There is a pretty dark reason. I'll try and go with it the best I can. We'll try and go with it the best you can. Logan will do a better job of it. But basically, the night before the fallout of XR, Q was doing some very terrible things. He was saying the worst kinds of things. We were playing some Minecraft, and Gage was there as well, but we don't really talk about it. So when we were there, Q was saying some very bad things, some things that he should never have said at all. I'm not going to give example, we're not going to say it, but he was saying some terrible threats that...
Yeah, some awful things that we can't even repeat on YouTube. That's how bad it is.
It was terrible. So he was making some horrible threats. I don't even know why he was saying it, and... He started saying he was going to, like, send people to my house. I don't know what that means. Well, I do, but I don't understand the context of the things he was saying. So, that's an example, kind of an example of what he was saying. He said he was going to send people to my house, which is kind of stupid, because this is not a mafia movie. Like, you're not the main character, buddy. And so, he was saying some terrible things, and this led to a massive problem between me, Charlie, and Logan against Q and Antonio. This led to such a problem.
Yeah, this was essentially the downfall of XR.
This is really where things started to take a turn, because Charlie and Q, they went at it. Oh my god, they went at it. Especially Logan and Q were having their own little argument. You guys went at it. I'm not even like you guys went at it.
Again, this is a PG channel, but if we were not PG, we would tell you.
Things were said. No, things were said, bro.
A lot of things were said.
It was insane. So eventually, the day after that, though, keep in mind this was like a month before. I said a day, but no, this was around a month before. So a month after all that happened, we're still ultimately very mad at each other.
We're probably gonna hold a grudge until the end of time, as we know.
Oh my god, yeah, it's terrible. So yeah. And then after that, Logan, So a month after all that happened, we're still very mad at each other. Me and Logan and Charlie all are at this point, we're all on the same page. We want Q out of the group by all means necessary. We want him and Antonio out of the group completely.
Like permanently.
We want him out.
No nine chance. No.
We want them out completely. We don't want nothing to do with them. And one day, thankfully, Logan decided to be the bigger person and kick Antonio out of the group chat. This really ticked off Q in a very stupid way. It ticked him off. And Q was throwing just some very, very random things at Logan that weren't really necessarily bad. They were just kind of stupid. So he was saying all that stuff. And Charlie wasn't in the group chat at that time due to him having a different phone. So there was a separate group chat with him, but that's not important. So then me and Q had one final argument, and I kicked him out myself. I did it myself, and... Honestly, looking back at it, and then the very next day I texted him and told him I had never wanted to see him again, and that if you ever do something like this again, we're going to have major problems. And it's been a year, and I haven't heard from him, so I think really the air is pretty much cleared. Me and Charlie...
Finally.
Me, Charlie, Logan, and Lincoln have moved on with our lives completely, and honestly, we are very happy we did so, because honestly... XR ending was probably...
it was a lot of drama.
Yeah. Wow. In hindsight, I think... XR ending was probably one of the better things to happen to me and Charlie.
Yeah, because we've had quite a few people get kicked out.
Yeah.
And 2 people combined more than 10 times,
So I feel like, what happened for the best, even though it was long overdue. But if Antonio and Quentin are watching this video, I have nothing nice to say to you personally. No, we have nothing nice to say.
If YouTube, again, wasn't a PG place, we would tell you everything we want to say, we want to tell you right now, but we can't just be thankful for that. Okay?
But it's okay. So thank you guys. But that's pretty much where XR ended up. We are still very good friends with Logan, thank God.
Yeah.
And Lincoln, me and him are still pretty close. Gage, I'm also still friends with him, so there's nothing to worry about. But
there's been a fun
we have completely cut ties with Q and Antonio. Honestly, I hope it stays that way because I never want to see him again. very bad people. If they're watching this video, I have nothing nice to say to them. I'll say that. I'm a very nice person. Charlie knows I'm a generous, I am respectful as possible.
Oh, he's one of the nicest people you ever meet. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
to say that. Like, he's actually one of the nicest people.
I try and be respectful, but when you're constantly throwing out random threats and you're just constantly harassing,
that's pretty awful.
It's just, and especially since we've known each other since we were very young, it's very
I've known
immature.
this man for like a decade.
I know, for the record, I have known Charlie longer than I've known Q. Let's just keep that for the record. I have known Charlie longer than I've known Q. Let's keep that, well, let's just say that. But still, it's not good. The moral of the story, if you have a lifetime friend, don't be stupid. Even if you're going through a change in your life, there is no need at all for you to just turn into the villain. Like, this is some movie. Like, this is real life, buddy. This is not a movie. Like, come on. Be smarter.
Like, you can cut ties with people that you've been friends with for years. You don't just be blinded by them doing crappy things.
Yes,
and then just trying to spin it into your own recreation of, oh, this is good. I want to stay friends with them because I've been friends with them for blah 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 blah. But yeah, that's a life lesson for you kids. Don't be blinded.
Don't
by your friends when they do stupid stuff.
But that is pretty much where the Fallout of XR is. If you guys really need us to, we could do a sequel video to this where we explain like the aftermath. I mean, there really isn't an aftermath.
Yeah, there really isn't.
There really isn't. But if you guys are really, really desperate to know what happened like in the aftermath, I think you might have a pretty good idea. If you really follow along the channel, like in the early 2023, you might have a pretty good idea.
And we had a YouTube channel for XR. We don't talk about that either.
Oh, that's taken down, but
wait, it got taken down?
No, I just deleted it.
Oh.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe.
And there's one other thing I want to do. Like, yeah, Quentin, he did something not so nice.
Oh. We're not mentioning that. No. Absolutely.
Vapes, and there was another thing that he knows what he did.
We're not saying it. We're not saying it. It's bad. It's not good. It's not good.
You can know. He knows what he did. Z knows what he did.
I know he did. Oh no, I did.
It wasn't nice.
You know what? Someone else who's watching this video, an old friend of mine, might be watching this video. He might actually know as well what he did. Because
if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know.
No, we're not saying it. Maybe one day
we can't even say it. I don't think. I don't think we can.
Maybe on my personal channel, I might tease it, like maybe hint at it. I'm not gonna directly say it, but that's where we're gonna end off the story. Charlie, do you have anything else you want to add before Logan comes on and adds his side of the story?
I want to do something actually like good for instead of just saying like free. Like honestly, what I said before, don't like be blinded by like things that people do. Like please.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like please, if that's the one thing I'm going to let you take away from this, however long video, just take those words.
It's 13 minutes long. Yeah. We said we were going to keep it short. No, we lied. It's going to be very long. We lied completely. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, and see you guys soon.
What's up, guys? Actually, Richard asked me to put a little video together about the downfall of XR, but basically, like XR Prince was the main problem. Like, anytime we wanted to do a video, he would cancel last second, or we'd even just try and play games with him. He just attacked me mostly. Like, he would call me the N-word. He was a big fan of the N-word. And just say some crappy stuff. Plus, he's just addicted to weed and vaping. But yeah, so he's honestly the main reason why, because we could never get videos out. Every time we tried to film, last second, he was canceling. So, yeah, he's just honestly the main reason why XR is not a thing anymore.